welcome to my channel. How are you guys doing today? Leave it down below. You know I love hearing from you. Welcome to my congestion. We are going on a solid week 2 for being totally full. Our heads are full in this house. All 3 of us have had it. It's lasting forever. I truly believe this is the longest cold I have ever had. So my nose is all irritated, so sore. So anyways, that has nothing to do with today's video. I just apologize that I still sound congested. Welcome to my sinuses. So I do have an extra cup of coffee here. One, I feel like I need it to kind of boost my energy because I'm hoping to film 2 videos today. And after this, we're going to an orchard. I have here the new Glossier perfumes. If you want to hear my thoughts on Rev and Do, then make sure you stick around and make sure you click that subscribe button, join the fam, you won't regret it. And now I'll stop rambling and let's just jump on in. I lied, I'm gonna ramble one more time. My husband got me these mugs several years ago for Christmas. I just feel happy when I'm drinking from my doggy cups. So I'm gonna start with the one I didn't purchase a full bottle of because I was on the fence enough reading the notes that I was like, oh, do I want to spend 70 bucks for something I'm not sure I'm gonna like? I was like, no, it seems too risky getting 2 $70 bottles, not knowing if I'm gonna like either of them. And this one was definitely the most like not really my style. This is Glossier Do. I will put a picture on the screen for you. I do think the bottle is really pretty. It's simple, simplistic, modern, and you gotta love a good cream colored bottle. I do actually love that they kept with the U style bottle for all of these. I think it's really kind of cohesive. It flows. It is eye-catching in its own way, and it's not gonna be mistaken for anything besides a Glossier perfume. So I do really like that the bottles all look the same, just different coloring. The accords in Do are amber woody, aromatic musky, citrus, and warm spicy. Honestly, I do enjoy those accords. It was more the notes. I was like, ooh, this one I'm not sure. Top notes of violet, middle of Palo Santo, frankincense, myrrh, and then in the base ambroxan and ambrette. It was just so many like woody, aromatic notes in the mid that I was like, I'm just not sure that's gonna be for me. And it was compared to Le Labo Santal 33, which honestly is not my favorite. That scent profile is growing on me, but definitely not my everyday reach. So I have gone through like the whole vial, and I do want to put out a disclaimer. Basically take this as a first impressions. I have really worn these, but like I said, this cold is not leaving, and I know my sense of smell is not what it usually is. I can still smell, like I haven't lost my sense of smell, but my nose ain't nosing like it usually does. So take this a little bit more loosely than typical reviews. So yes, this is in that Santal 33 category for sure. Like if that is your everyday reach favorite type of fragrance, you're gonna enjoy this. I have come to enjoy it. I will tell you at the end of this something I like more that is cheaper. The opening is definitely iris, it is musky, and it does go pickly for me. That is one reason I don't love Santal 33 or things that smell like it. I never really understood that pickle comparison for musky fragrances, and then one day I started smelling things in this fragrance category and I was like, oh, I get it. As it dries down, it does get better. It becomes a little bit more creamy, definitely more woody, and there is a smokiness in there. Do you love my fancy tester? Yes, I am just using the package. We only do top-notch professional quality around here. There are things I like about this. The creaminess. Honestly, the Palo Santo I do think is really pretty. This is not overly smoky. I do enjoy smoky fragrances, but it has to be done just right. The little bit of smokiness I get in here is actually pretty. This is very unisex, easily could be worn on a man 1000%. I actually think this is something I would probably enjoy smelling on my husband far more than I would enjoy smelling on myself. Because this is a little bit richer than some of the other Santal 33 dupes I have smelled, it's not something I would even wear to the gym. I find myself really enjoying that types of fragrances for going to the gym because they never smell like too much. You never get that yucky like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have worn a fragrance while I'm sweating it out on the stair stepper. It really works for me at the gym. That's about the only place I could see myself really reaching for anything that smells similar to Santal 33. So I will tell you now, something I like a little bit more because it works for me at the gym is the Supreme Santal by Laynie Gourmand, and it's like 25 bucks. It honestly lasts and performs pretty well. Bath & Body Works recently did something Santal. I can't remember it. I'll put a link down below, but also very much in that same category, same family, and I'm sure you could get it at a Bath & Body Works sale for like $7. So there are really affordable options out there if you enjoy this type of fragrance. But this one is richer. It has a little bit more depth, a little more oomph to it that I wouldn't really like wearing this one at the gym. I really do like the creaminess with the woodiness and the depth in here. So I have a hard time saying like this is a bad fragrance because it's just not my thing, and I feel like I'm not going to judge it totally fairly. It's just not something I'd reach for. For me, I feel like this would be a fragrance topper, something I would pair with something that's going too sweet for me or too gourmand to kind of add a little woodiness, creaminess. I will tell you, I did not find the staying power of this one to be very good. The original Glossier U lasts so freaking well on me. Like it lasts, it performs, it projects. I feel like that one is similar enough to this that I probably wouldn't need both. The Glossier U is far more feminine than this one. It's a very I've got money scent. This is a very unisex I've got money scent. Okay, and now the one that I was like so sold on that I bought a full bottle, Glossier Rev. I don't know if I'm saying that right. This one, I read the notes and I was like, oh my gosh, so up my alley. Absolutely. I actually love the color of the bottle. Just like so many people online, I do wish they went with a different color cap. It is different from the OG Glossier. In the picture, it looked like they were the exact same, like a bright red. And I was like, oh, that doesn't really look good with the plum colored packaging. But it is a toned down, muted red. But still, I think it would have been far prettier if they would have really gone with like a plummy color, a deep purple, an eggplant, if you will, would have looked prettier than this with the plum color. I don't know why they did that. It just kind of takes away from the packaging because honestly, I really love the plum color, the gradient effect. The cap kind of throws it off. For Rev, we have accords of fruity, woody, powdery, iris, almond, sweet, musky, floral, nutty, and violet. The notes is definitely what sold me here. We have top notes of buttercream. Hello, that sounds right up my alley. I've always been a gourmand girly. I'm spreading my wings some recently over this year, but I do love a good gourmand. Middle notes of iris, almond, sandalwood, and plum. Love all of that. And base notes of ambrette and ambroxan. This is going to be my scent of the day, so I'm just gonna go wild here. You might be like, wow, that was a lot, but honestly, this one needs it. Again, not a powerhouse. It's strong when you first spray it, quickly dies down. I'll talk more about that. But let's just kind of focus on the notes for a minute here. In the very opening, I do get a buttercream vibe, kind of an American style buttercream, a very rich, decadent frosting that has a whole lot of powdered sugar in there. You know the type of frosting that almost feels a little grainy when you eat it? Like it's not like a smooth meringue. It's got a lot of powdered sugar in there. I definitely think that iris kind of gives it a pretty floral touch. I actually can pick up what actually kind of seems like the petals of the iris, like iris in the truest sense, and I think it amplifies that kind of powdered sugar vibe. You definitely get the powdery touches in there without it being baby powder at all, because I'm not a big fan of that. I definitely start to get that almond pretty quickly in the opening. For a split second, it almost goes a little cherry, and I think that could be how the almond and the plum are kind of mixing together. The fruitiness vibing with the almond makes you kind of go cherry almond hand soap. Definitely get that for a little bit in this fragrance. The sandalwood in here I feel like is very creamy, it's smooth. I am a big fan of sandalwood. I do think that note can be hit or miss for some people, but I think the sandalwood is done really nicely in here. The ambrette and the ambroxan I feel like make this airy. It is sweet, but as it dries down fairly quickly, it keeps from being too sweet, which is really nice because like I said, I am a gourmand girly, but sometimes too sweet is too much for me anymore. This is the right kind of sweet where I actually think in the warmer weather, it's not gonna be too much, but it's still gonna wear really nicely in the cool months. I really do get a nice, warm, spicy vibe from this that's done really nicely if you're not a huge spicy fragrance lover. This is not in your face spicy. It's more of like a cozy, warm spicy. Like you're kind of wrapped up in a blanket, you're getting comfortable, you're wearing a nice sweater, if you will. I think those more gourmand notes do seem to tame fairly quickly in this fragrance, and then I start to get more of the iris, ambrette, ambroxan, while the rest of the notes do linger in the background. I could honestly wear this to the gym and I don't feel like it would be too yucky. I don't think I would wear it to the gym in the hot months, but in the cool months I could see myself popping this on before the gym, and it's not gonna go spicy BO because that is a big no-no when you're working out. This is warm, spicy, a little gourmand, leaning fresh. There is a classiness in there just like I got with Doux and like I very much get from Glossier U. Like, I do not dislike this fragrance at all. I think I was just hoping for a little bit more. It didn't really knock my socks off the way I thought it would when I read the notes, and that is the risk you always take with blind buying. And I've been really slowing my roll on blind buying because my collection is just too big to get things that I don't absolutely love. This is a like for me. The price is not terrible. It is higher than it used to be. I do wish they were still in that $60 range. That would feel a little bit better. Getting just over that $70 mark, I feel like is kind of pushing it for this fragrance. To me, it kind of wears right between body spray and perfume. There is a perfuminess to it, but there's also kind of a body spray vibe in there. And again, my nose is not working perfectly right now, as you can hear in my voice. I find this doesn't last very well. I am curious that as it sits in my collection, if that will change, because I've had Glossier U for a long time, and I do feel like that one is a powerhouse, and I can't remember if it started off that way or if it's that I've had it so long that now it's a powerhouse. So I do want to go in with an open mind, keep this longer, let it sit, and see how it performs like 6 months to a year from now, because honestly, I've had Glossier U for years, and I didn't reach for it for years. It was not my thing until this year, and now I'm enjoying it. So this might be kind of the same, like I need some time to let it grow on me. I need to let it macerate a little bit. This was freshly launched, so maybe it just needs more time to build up some oomph. That's how I feel about Kayali's Vanilla 28. If you get a brand new bottle that is light brown juice, it's really not anything special, but you let that sit for a year and turn black, and oh my gosh, and then it is so good. So I'm kind of thinking this could do the same. And also, once I get rid of this stinking head cold, maybe the projection and longevity will wow me. Like right now with how much I sprayed, as I'm moving, I can smell it. But I knew my sniffer wasn't working that well, so I wore this to work like several days. No one said anything. And I know if I'm wearing something people really like because I get a compliment. Usually people will walk down the hallway and be like, I knew you were here, I could smell you. Usually someone says something if it's something people are really wowed by. This is definitely something I feel like right now I would have to throw in my bag and put on more later to really have people smell me. I don't know if you can tell because it does get dark at the top. Like I just got this when it launched, and I've used quite, now obviously they don't fully fill a bottle, but I've used a decent amount for just getting this because like when I wore it, I was putting it on. So I really thought somebody would say something because I was spraying it pretty good. I definitely see myself reaching for it. I think I will wear it, but is this, as of right now, is this one in my collection that if I had to rank like top 15, would this be up there? No, it wouldn't. Not right now, not totally wowing me. I highly recommend picking up a sample if you've been interested in it. I've seen a lot of people say they really love it in the review, so don't just take my word for it. Watch other reviews, see what other people say, and in a couple weeks I will update you in the comments down below to let you know as my nose improves if my mind is changing on this. Have you tried Glossier Do or Rev? If so, let us all know your thoughts down below because I know I would love to hear it. I think others would. I think it would be very helpful for everyone considering my nose isn't fully functioning right now. Leave it down below. I love hearing from you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's very rambly, kind of on the fence video, but I wanted to get this out there because I know so many of you have been thinking about picking it up, so I didn't want to leave you hanging. I feel like I can't totally tell you which route to take on this one. I think my best advice would be to pick up a sample before you buy a big bottle. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah! Bye-bye.